The Bears are hurting at cornerback. Today I wanted to talk about if there were any options still available. When it comes to free agency at this time of year, you usually won't find many big names. There were a couple of pass rushers still available. Guys like Zadarius Smith, Jadeveon Clowney, and Preston Smith, but all three of those guys have found teams in the last 10 days. The one position that still has a lot of big names on the market are defensive backs. You'll find some safeties and there are a couple of cornerbacks. And cornerback is the one spot where the Bears are hurting worst at right now. Heading into the season, it was supposed to be a strength, but we are missing three of our top four corners. It's impossible to know how healthy and ready to go the free agent options are, but the list of available names at corner is better than at most positions. Guys like Asante Samuel Jr., Stephon Diggs, Rasul Douglas, Cameron Sutton, and even Greg Stroman Jr., the former Bear. The two biggest names are Asante Samuel Jr. and Stephon Gilmore. One is a 25-year-old Pro Bowl type player who's injured, and the other is a guy who's way past his prime. Asante Samuel Jr. is a 25-year-old. He's a former second-round pick from the Chargers who's a really talented young player. His issue right now is health. If he was 100%, I believe he'd be starting somewhere. But it sounds like he isn't, but there are various reports that suggest he will be healthy in the next month or two. He underwent neck surgery in April this year, and the belief is that he will be cleared to play and ready to go sometime in 2025, although when is still a question mark. He did visit the Dolphins in August, but he left without a deal, leading most to assume he's still not ready yet. Now, there was a report from ESPN's Jeremy Fowler that says Asante is scheduled to undergo a CT scan in October. That's going to make sure everything is good to go. And if he clears that, he plans to sign with the team and play for the second half of the season. Multiple teams are said to be interested. I think Asante Samuel Jr. would really help our secondary and allow us to move Kyler Gordon around when he does come back. That is the one name to keep an eye on. If we could land him, I think that would be huge for this secondary. Next up is Stephon Gilmore, though. He's the most accomplished name on the list, but he's also at the end of his Hall of Fame career. He's played 13 years in this league, and he's won Super Bowls in New England while being considered one of the best corners in football. For those of you with a good memory, some of you might remember that the Bears tried to sign Gilmore in 2017, but he chose the Patriots over the Bears in free agency. Most players do that, and fans want to blame the GM, but you can't blame players for wanting to play for better teams. Gilmore went to the Patriots and won Super Bowls with Tom Brady. If he would have came here, he would have never won a Super Bowl. But now he's 35 years old. Although he still can play, he's played with 5 different teams over the last 5 years, spending last year with the Vikings, playing against Caleb Williams twice, and in 2023 he was with the Cowboys. Now, Gilmore is not a guy who will help us long term, but he is capable of coming in and pretty much starting right away. He could help fill the void left by Jalen Johnson and at least add some depth to our secondary. Those are really the two biggest names on the market. Now, there are a couple of other options, but I don't like them nearly as much. Guys like Cameron Sutton, Rasul Douglas, and Greg Stroman Jr. are also floating around, although I do really like Greg Stroman Jr. He played well for us in the past, and I wouldn't mind bringing him back, especially if Kyler's going to be out longer than expected. But there are other names out there in the cornerback market. Ryan Poles could dig around on practice squads and maybe find another Reddy Stewart type out there. We sure could use another cornerback. We missed out on signing Jadeveon Clowney and Zadarius Smith, and now we have to play against both of them. If there is a corner out there that could help, please, Ryan Poles, even if you have to move some cap space around, this defense could use some reinforcements. Even bringing in Stephon Gilmore isn't a bad idea if you ask me. We could use a veteran corner out there. Nobody can replace Jalen Johnson, but Gilmore was one of the best corners in football for a long time. He's a smart, savvy veteran who would at least help fill the void left by JJ. I wish a guy like Terrell Smith or Zay Frazier were healthy right now. Then they could take advantage of JJ's injury and get some starting reps. But instead, we're missing four of our top five corners right now. Nashawn Wright has stepped up and moved up on the depth chart, but really, Tyreek Stevenson is our only healthy starter, and he's been awful. This secondary is in trouble. I don't know if there's any free agents out there that could help us, but we could use some reinforcements. We play the Cowboys on Sunday, and that's another secondary that's in a lot of trouble. And not only is our secondary in trouble, though, so is the Cowboys. And that's why this week, for my Profit X picks of the week, I like Rome Odunze over 4.5 receptions. I also like George Pickens over 3.5 receptions. And you can even go up and find CD Lamb. Could he get over 6.5 receptions against this Bears secondary at plus 100 odds? Yes, sir, I do believe he could. I'm in on all those reception targets. Both of these secondaries are struggling right now. I think Dak Prescott's going to throw for at least 2 touchdowns. I think Caleb will throw for at least 2 touchdowns. And I'm expecting us to hit the over in this one. Cowboys at Bears, Soldier Field. It's an afternoon game on Sunday. I expect this to be very high scoring. But my favorite pick is Rome Odunze again, over 4.5 receptions. If you do sign up for Profit X, be sure to use promo code SWIFT. Get a bonus of up to $200 in profit cash. Terms and conditions apply. Sign up today. But I don't really see any free agent corners out there coming in and saving us right now, unless we could land Asante Samuel Jr. He's the one guy who could actually make a difference, not just for this year, but also be a part of our long-term rebuild as well. He's only 25 years old, and he's a corner who's made a lot of plays in the NFL. If he's healthy, he'd be a great option. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. As always, I appreciate everyone who watches. Please hit that like button for me. Stay tuned. And until next time, bear down.